And one place he wanted to take them specifically was to Moda Center.
Yeah.
You know, this is us going there and asking for some people to volunteer their time. And fortunately, there were some people who were super kind that when they heard about Base Oregon and
so
what Vance was
great.
doing, they wanted to jump
to be
in.
a part. This is the day that, you know, all of the planning, all the work, all of the hours, the blood, sweat, and tears that SEMA has in this organization, this is what it's all about. Getting the community to come around and to pack these bags to go out to all of these children in need. Today we're at Prescott Elementary School and it is ELSO's Harvest Party. ELSO's mission is to teach and frame STEAM and nature-based education through a lens that centers and elevates the stories, ways of knowing, individual needs, and lived experiences of Black and Brown communities. So STEAM, we usually know it as, previously knew it as STEM, but we learned that there's a new letter in there, which it now is adding the A and making it STEAM. So that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So they added that arts in there. So ELSO is all about using those different ways of teaching and bringing those experiences in with the environment and nature into Black and Brown communities in the Portland area.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
How you doing? My name's Lamar. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here. So I'm glad we ran into you right away. Yeah, I know,
Awesome.
right?
It's like meant to be.
Yeah.
Were you on the go to go do something? We don't want to stop you.
Oh, well, I was going to direct everybody to the food over there. So I was just telling him there's two different sections. One is like the more poppin' area with the DJ. This is like the learning area with the community booths. So great places to be in. Yeah, both places you definitely want to check out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
It was great meeting a lot of the staff. So Paulina was our initial contact.
Yeah.
She got us all situated, told us about the event,
Yep.
and just helped us learn a little more about ELSO. And then we eventually met Sprinta, the executive
Yeah.
director.
All dressed up.
Yeah, she was
had
ready
her
to go.
Costume on.
She was ready. She was
She
leading
was
the
like
way.
a hippie gremlin or something like that.
Is that what it was?
Wait, it wasn't gremlin. It was
I thought she was like a fox or something. No.
no. They were like gremlin things.
Oh yeah.
Characters of some kind.
Like a fur baby. Was it a fur baby or what's it
I
called?
don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? I'm Lamar. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Our
out.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
We're
We want to learn
excited.
more about ELSO and see what y'all are about. We've heard great things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to this.
Definitely.
This is our favorite event of the year. We
Really?
can put in a little science education, get folks talking about climate justice and how to get involved, but then have some music and some good food too. So
Yeah.
it's my favorite time of the whole year.
Yeah.
This is our first community outreach program.
Okay.
In February, we do an Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. And so it's breaking down the field of engineering, bringing in women of color to talk about their career pathways, how they got involved, what they did as a kid, that their families help encourage their interests, and then do some hands-on projects to learn about engineering. And then we have our after-school programs running. So we have a paid internship for high school students where they learn about design with the social justice lens. This is part of that. So the questions that you see that we're gathering here, information on climate education, the high school students are going to start to take that and think about how do we then formulate that into the project and what we can do here at the school to help support the learning and help the teachers do more climate and outdoor education here at Prescott.
Oh wow.
Do you guys partner with Prescott? Are you guys? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
so this is our hub for our summer camp too.
Oh.
Yeah, it costs about $800 per child per week to run camp,
Okay.
and our average family pays $150.
Wow.
So we supplement the rest
All
of it.
of that.
We don't
Wow.
change our program.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
That's great
That's
information.
really incredible.
That's great
Yeah, so it's
information.
just trying to keep that gap small and balance it because it takes a lot to run a camp.
So I was super interested in the camps. We both were, but me in particular. I'm from Houston, Texas.
What? I live out in Sugarland.
No, you
Yeah, so I'm up here for this. We're getting
stop
ready.
the presses.
We're coming to
I'm from
Houston.
Missouri City.
What?
Yes,
I
that's
love
where I grew up.
Missouri
I love it too.
City. Yeah.
So
That's
I would
crazy.
tell her all the time, like growing up though, I didn't do nothing outdoors.
Yep.
Like it was not a thing. We already, we,
hot.
that's what I'm saying. There's a reason for it.
Giant
Thank
ducks.
you.
I'm trying to figure
Thank
this out.
you.
I've been down there and we went to the wildlife refuge. I'm like, so there's alligators here, but you want us to come here? Like, it's gonna be a big hurdle for black people.
Oh my gosh. What took us so long? I feel like we are long lost. I try to explain to people, they go in the lakes here and do all that. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I know, you can
Even
tell
things
me.
like dogs, like he always says, like, he's like, people just,
Thank you.
there are
Thank you.
random dogs.
Crazy about
Yes.
their dogs.
I didn't grow up doing a lot outdoors. I
Yeah.
grew up in Texas. You growing up in Oregon, you had more outdoor experiences. But I thought it was just really cool what they were trying to do for the kids, because I always thought like, oh, if I had a group like this that I could connect to, I thought that'd be really neat. And maybe I wouldn't be afraid to get into certain lakes and rivers and stuff.
Going hiking, anything like
I
that.
have reasons.
It was really, really awesome to see. There was a like a new bill that was passed recently, and their ELSO received some funding, and they're able to implement that. And they had this event, their Harvest Festival, where people were dressed up and stuff in Halloween costumes, and it was fun, but educational at the same time,
Yes.
which is what ELSO is all about.
It
is intertwining those two things.
Okay, we're back.
Y'all get to put down dogs?
No,
Okay.
we did not.
So I'll give you a rundown again.
Okay.
We're using this table to get input on what people would like to see, like in sort of climate engagement actions at Prescott. And so obviously we have a big list, and feel free to put as many dots next to the actions and bills and things that you would like to see at Prescott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we also have the maps for where they can be. So, for example, I think like the best one is collecting rainwater. There are 3 potential locations. If there's a specific location that you think would be best for it, put a dot next to it.
Now, are these things that currently are not happening? Oh wow, they don't have recycled trash yet?
They have recycling, but it's not very efficient, and they
Okay.
don't have a compost.
Oh, we gotta get that thing. Yeah, put me one. All right.
And I think solar panels. What do you think about that?
Solar panels? Yes.
Great, yeah, and then we're gonna use all of this information and input to guide where we go and what happens.
Rainwater drain is important. I'll take a rainwater drain.
Things, and it was really cool to see like graphs and maps of like Prescott Elementary School individually, and then different
And ideas of where they could put stuff.
where they could put certain things, and you could kind of vote. You could use like these little jelly bean type things and vote on things
Yeah.
that you thought were important, so they know by getting the community engagement to see what really matters to people. What would they think is important to implement at Prescott Elementary School as far as like climate change, environmental changes, and things like that. And it was just, it was really educational, and that's just exactly what ELSO does, is bringing fun into education.
Kenneth Turner, the architect, and he shared all his passion.
Yeah, I was
for
just gonna, that was the
That's
word that I
it is
thought.
the word.
I was just gonna
Wasn't
say
that the word for
passion.
all of them, really?
Yeah, you
The way
can
they
tell
was-
how passionate they really are.
They are in it, man. Like, and he just shared his story with us of how he
Mm-hmm.
got into it, why he's doing it. I just thought it was really cool. That's something.
Brenda told us, come find you. yeah. No, but my name's Lamar. It's my wife Bethany. Yeah.
Meet you.
You said you have an architecture background?
Yes.
How'd you get into that?
So, well, that's a pretty funny story. I actually have been doing a lot of architecture and designing since I came out of high school doing this stuff. And that's, I think, a lot of a drive for me, because you don't see a lot of people that look like me in the room.
Yeah.
This is lack of resources, lack of churches, lack of structural designs that bring the community together. That's what drives me.
History. You're right. Yeah.
That's what drives me.
Yes.
And I feel like if the drive for change is to get involved. Inclusion. So, educating ourselves, getting ourselves in a platform where we can be taken seriously, and then have a voice and hold people accountable.
That's someone who is going to have major impact with the kids. Like, I can imagine being
Yeah,
6, 7-year-old.
You want to listen to
I
him
want to see
and
Mr.
learn
Turner.
from
Mr.
him.
Turner.
This was like a real party when we were there.
Yes.
You could smell the cotton candy and the other food as you were going in. There was a booth with food. They were feeding people.
There's music.
A DJ.
Yep.
There was music.
There was
I think
other vendors.
Cornhole.
Yeah,
there were
There's
other
community
vendors.
partners.
Yeah.
There was a cool mural on the wall. Remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
Super cool.
It was very neat.
like ELSO. It was
Yes,
like the
it was
ELSO
ELSO.
mural. Really, it seemed like kids of lots of different ages that could go there and enjoy it. And
Lots of different ages and colors too. Like
Yeah.
it's not like they're excluding anybody from
Definitely,
this.
yeah.
They just wanted to carve out a space for some of those kids that are the black and brown kids who, again, like we
Yeah.
were talking about, they aren't accustomed to getting some of those experiences, but they want to help everybody.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, they want everybody to know about STEAM, to be environmentally conscious, and to just be able to live a healthy and good well-being for themselves. And they're just trying to bring everybody together. And that's what that day was all about.
Yeah.
It was just everybody together, one community,
having a
wanting
good
to
time.
see the best for everybody.
Yeah.
This is books. They make reading super easy. In one place, you have an entire library of your favorite stories, Max. And it comes to life. The drawings move, and the words come up on screen.
Unicorn is a unicorn.
It's really quite extraordinary. And it's not just reading. Books has activities too. It lets you color along and build with their stories. Like this. See?
Which inspired the character Togo the sled dog.
Who's responsible for this? Life's not all sunshine and rainbows, Maxie. But once you're reading, the world can be what you like it to be. Hey, Dad. Can we read a story on books, please?
Here's the thing about bees.